SBSCC wageX is easy to use payroll and attendant register software for Sri Lanka, and you can start at any time of the year. The system allows you to do payroll processing and track performance analysis and attendant register for your employees. The system also supports EPF, ETF, PAYE and other taxes as per Sri Lanka Ministry of Labour Law. The system comes in 5 simple icons and sub-icons such as admin, employee, payday, reports and attendance. Under admin you get main setup, system setup and utilities. So when you click main setup, you get company details, working hours, leave update, users, rates, OT rates and tax. Under company details you can update the company information such as your address, phone number, working hours, whether it is single or multiple working hours, so on and so forth. Under working hours you can update your time in and time out on weekdays, on Saturdays and holidays. Under leave update you can update your employees leave such as annual, casual and medical for the year. Under rates you get EPF and ETF rates, and you can change this rate at any point if government makes any changes. Under OT rates you get normal OT calculations, double and triple calculations and OT calculations on request, auto or on manual. Under tax table you get fully integrated payee tax which can be modified at any point of time if government makes any changes. Under system setup, where you set up your analysis codes, analysis types, allowances, deductions, standing orders, loans, departments and employee categories. Under analysis codes you can set up the analysis codes for your performance analysis. Under analysis types you can set up your analysis type for your performance analysis. Under allowances you can set up your allowances such as travel, so on and so forth. Under deductions you can set up your deductions such as fines, late hours, so on and so forth. Under standing orders you can set up your standing orders such as mobile phones, so on and so forth. Under loans you can set up your employees loans such as short-term loan, long-term loan, so on and so forth. Under departments you can create different departments for your organization. Under employee categories you can create different categories for your employees. Under utilities you get backup, restore and attendant updates, where you can update attendance from any biometric system. Your next process is to go and set up your employee information. Click details. You can set up employee profiles such as national identity card, nationality, social status, correspondent address, so on and so forth. Under appointment details you can set up your employees basic salary, date confirmed, pay frequency, so on and so forth. Under tax tab you can assign whether this particular employee is subject to EPF and pay. Under working hours you can set up your overtime rate per minute and overtime hourly rate for this particular employee. So other than these two tabs, we have other optional tabs such as dependents, where you can update your employees' dependents, experience, you can update employees' experience, and you have resume, you can update employees' resume, and performance, where you can update your employees' performance. So once you set up your admin and employee profile, your next process is to go and update your payday entries. So under payday entries, you get allowances, deductions, overtime, leave, loans, standing orders, any bonuses, and advance. So under allowances, you can update monthly allowances, and you can select from whether it's variable, it varies from employees to employees, or it's fixed for all, or it's fixed by category. And also you can assign whether this particular allowance subject to payee and EPF. Save this as a recurring, so when you go to next month, you don't have to come and enter it here. You can use the recurring entries to update the allowances and your deductions. So when I go to use recurring, I can update my allowances which I already saved. Simply I go and select, and I select the month which I'm going to process. So I'm going to process for September. I want to update this on 15th and say save. Your next process is to go and do a month-end process. So when you do a month-end process, you can select from you want to process by employee, or you want to process by global, or you want to process by different departments. So let me select global here. Select the month which you are going to process the payroll. So I want to process it for September 30th. Say OK. Continue. Automatically updated your employee's basic salary, allowances, EPF for employer. You can process the payroll by temporary or permanent. So you do a temporary process at the beginning, check all the information you entered is correct, and then do a permanent process. So I select temporary process and click next. Now I can get reports on pay sheet. When I click that, I can get the information on my pay sheet. Then I get pay slip. Then I get EPF report, your C form. So you don't have to do any manual C form entries in future. So basically you can take a printout from the payroll system and you can hand over to the department. Same thing for your ETF report. Your R4 form is automatically updated. You can take a printout and you can give it to the department. And other than that, you have denomination, pay sheet department wise, pay sheet summary, so on and so forth. And I can go and do a permanent process. So let me do by global. Select the month. Okay, September. Click next. And I do a permanent process for September. Now you can get more reports updated, all your deductions, allowances, pay sheet summary, so on and so forth. Now you can get plenty of reports on employee, payroll, and government statutory reports. So when I click the employee, I get attendance register reports, late hours reports, leave updates, employee profile, so on and so forth. So when I go to payroll reports, I get pay sheet, denomination reports. If I want to pull out a denomination report, I can select the September month, say OK. My denomination report is automatically updated. You can take a printout and give it to the bank. Then I have deduction reports, allowance reports, pay sheet summary, so on and so forth. So when you go to government statutory reports, you get pay reports, EPF reports, ETF reports, pay annual report, pay annual report B, so on and so forth. You also get guide, which will help you to set up and implement the system easily.